Is it okay if God redeems you in the midst of slavery and leaves you in slavery? If it's not, you don't understand the gospel. Is it okay that God redeems you in the midst of bondage and leaves you in the midst of that bondage, never to get you out? If the answer is no, you don't understand what it means to be redeemed. Is it okay that God redeems you as a single and never gives you a spouse? If the answer is no, you don't understand redemption. Is it okay that God redeems you in a bad marriage and you spend the rest of your life in that bad marriage and it never gets better? If your answer is no, you do not understand redemption. Is it okay that God redeems you in the midst of a culture that has absolutely gone astray and in your lifetime never rights the ship? If the answer is no, you do not understand redemption. Is it all right that God redeems you and doesn't save every one of your kids? If the answer is no, you do not understand redemption. Is it all right that God redeems you and you never, ever become wealthy or healthy or prosperous? If the answer is no, you do not understand redemption. Is it okay that God redeems you and yet you're sick in your body and or your mind? If your answer is no, that's not okay, then you don't understand redemption, because you think that God has created you for Babylon. That's not Daniel's message. Daniel's message is, God has me in Babylon, but he didn't create me for Babylon. What did he create me for? Here is the beauty. And I don't want to step on chapter 2 before we get to chapter 2. But I cannot imagine what it felt like for Daniel to stand there and interpret Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Nobody would tell him what the dream was or what it meant. Daniel goes and he prays and he comes back. And again, in the midst of captivity, we'll deal with it in more detail, but for now, just listen to this. They're in captivity. Daniel, he's gone. Here's Daniel, who basically by this point says, my country's gone, being burned with fire. I'm not going to have any children. My line is going to be gone. It's over for me. And they're teaching me these occultic practices. I got nothing. But Daniel, who has the ability to interpret dreams, all of a sudden gets a call. Our lives are in danger. Why? Because the king had a dream and we can't interpret it. He won't even tell us what it is. He goes to God and he prays. And not only does Daniel get the dream and its interpretation so that he can stay alive, but here's what he gets to say to Nebuchadnezzar. There's 4 kingdoms. You're number 1. You don't last. Number 2's coming. They're going to wipe you out. They're not going to last. Number 3's coming, and they're going to wipe out number 2, but they're not going to last. Why? Because there is a kingdom coming that is going to stand forever. Not only is God going to get my people out of here, but my king will reign supreme over all of heaven and over all of the earth. I may not ever see it, but I'm standing here to tell you, king, you won't either. But the difference between you and me is that even in the midst of captivity, I am part of the kingdom that will never die. Even in the midst of captivity, all you have to hope for is that you don't see the other army marching to take over. I've already experienced that, and I'm still here. But what I have to hope for is that there is a day coming when the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords will vindicate himself. And maybe you're a slave now, but I'm his son forever. So do with me as you must. But I'm going to be okay. That's what Daniel teaches us. Not, you just be a good little boy and try really hard and be like that. That's not Daniel's message. Daniel's message is, if you're a good little boy and you study hard and you're attractive and articulate and intelligent, God may send an army to come and destroy you, kill your family, carry you off to a foreign land, castrate you so that you never have a future or a family, and then teach you occultic practices and have you spend the rest of your days in a land that's not your own. That's what Daniel got for being a good, smart, hard-studying little boy. He didn't have kids, but he's got a book in the Bible. And though he is dead, yet he speaks.